Welcome to Combat Download. I'm here to talk about UFC 242, Khabib versus Dustin Poirier. Now, it's an interesting fight. Obviously, everybody's thinking Khabib's got this. You know, 27-0, has been champion since 2017, I think. Is that when he fought Iaquinta? I get the dates mixed up, but yeah, throughout his MMA career, he's been undefeated. I mean, he's got quote unquote the best style for MMA, which is, wrestling. And Dustin, he's a veteran. He's been battle tested throughout his career in the UFC 100%. They both have fought Conor McGregor, which, for Dustin, it's not gonna. That fight's not gonna matter as much. For Khabib, I think it will, because when he starts a fight against southpaws, not southpaws, against southpaws, he's got the usual approach. Obviously, he wants to use what he's good at, his bread and butter, which is take him down, smash him, and so he likes to pressure his opponents. Now, he doesn't usually start off the fight right off the bat pressuring them. He's I have to give props to the Weasel, because I didn't want to watch, but he had a video of comparing Poirier's and Khabib's striking. I didn't want to watch because I wanted to have my own take on it, but yeah, my obsession got to me, I guess, and I looked at it, and he had a great point about how Dustin's usually a combination striker, and and how Khabib, he's a mover at the beginning of a fight, in the first round for sure. And against southpaws, he tries to he always wants to circle to his left, which is away from the power hand of any southpaw. He'll use jabs occasionally. Well, I noticed from watching his fight with RDA, he used the left hook a lot. Kind of like a check left hook, and then so he can exit out onto his left, and then cut RDA off, pressure him behind those two black lines, and then he'll usually have a setup combination, throw a few shots, and then duck for the takedown, and then it's Khabib time. So, but again, Dustin, he doesn't usually strike in the same. He doesn't usually attack in the same way with his strikes as a lot of the guys that Khabib has fought, which were like pot shotters. looking for that one shot to put him away. With Dustin, he likes, like I said, he likes to use combinations. And Khabib hasn't really faced. He hasn't really faced that. He hasn't really faced that at this higher level of competition, in terms of strikers. The closest might be to that type of style might be Edson Barboza, but his thing is kicks for the most part. He likes that distance to throw kicks, and Khabib was stuck to him like glue that whole fight. Stuck to Edson. So he took the kicks away from him. But in the combination range, well, in boxing range with Dustin, Dustin's got the his right hook, which he's pretty accurate with that right hook, and that he could land that on Khabib if Khabib was pressuring him. But Khabib can also duck under that, obviously, because of his wrestling. As far as I look at it, I think there's a possibility that Dustin could win the fight. I could see, it's at the end of the day, it's still a fight, so anything can happen. I could see the possibility of a first round knockout. That's always possible when fists are flying. It's not you. It's not the hardest shot. Everyone knows that. It's not the hardest shot. It's usually the shot you don't see coming that changes the fight, changes the course of a fight. So, a first round knockout could be possible for Dustin. I could see even potentially like a late, like a late stoppage for Dustin. Like that's possible too. He's if Khabib doesn't finish him, Dustin's going to be dangerous the whole fight. At the end of the day, I'm trying to look at it objectively, and in all likelihood, I see it's probably going to go Khabib. I could see him pressuring Dustin, throwing a combination and looking for takedown, and all he has to do is connect with you. All he has to do is make a connection with these guys, and once that happens, it's Khabib time. So, as far as who I think is more likely to take this fight, it's Khabib. But either way, I can't wait for the fight. I forgot who else is on the card. I should have looked it up. I know I just can't wait for the fights, and I'm probably gonna have a reaction type of video where I talk about the event, or at least the main card, and maybe break down a fight or two. Who knows? I appreciate anyone who watches this. I hope you enjoy the fights, and see you in the next one.